US dollar is doomed. Western countries are about to experience the greatest banking crisis ever seen before. Central banks in Europe and the US are doing some really interesting things. Number one, stockpiling of gold. The Fed doesn't need to buy gold as the dollar isn't pegged to gold. What's worse is that the West is stealing a lot of that gold from countries like Africa. Number two, BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS has its own currency that's backed by gold. Many nations are applying to become part of it. If the nations who have expressed interest in joining BRICS do in fact join, that would represent 45% of the confirmed oil reserves in the world and over 60% of the natural gas reserves of the world. The combined GDP would be $29 trillion. That's larger than the US's current $23 trillion. Number three, China. The BRICS nations will be using China's banking infrastructure instead of the US-led IMF and World Bank. That's a major shift in the world's economy and power dynamic. BRICS currency will be backed by gold, where the dollar is backed by debt. With that, the US dollar looks increasingly weaker, and the US continues to test its system by increasing its already enormous balance sheet. Like and follow for more.
So, guys, this is actually some breaking news. The Trump administration, or basically Trump Media Group, is rushing to establish a Bitcoin treasury. This is actually separate from the strategic crypto reserve. This is very, very serious stuff. The days of cash are absolutely numbered. And if you guys want to survive in what's coming right now, which is the bursting of the everything bubble, you need to act quickly. Today, we actually have a video from Crypto Capital Venture. His channel will be linked in the description of the video, so you can go and check him out. Why is the country, why is the banking system, why is the government trying to quickly rush away from cash and towards crypto and establishing all of these crypto reserves? I'm going to talk about it and break it down for you in this video today. So watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of crypto surging and cash dying and what this means for you and how you can hedge your bets and survive in this frightening market that is unfolding. Don't forget to follow us over on Rumble. Our Rumble is linked in the description of the video. And guys, if you want to learn how to buy, sell, trade, and make massive profit with crypto, go and check out Angry's Crypto Academy. The academy is linked in the description of the video if you want to go check us out and support it.
Huge news just breaking today. Trump Media announces $2.5 billion Bitcoin treasury deal. It's the layers that are behind this headline that are even massive than I think most people are even realizing. I actually saw this comment right under this post. No one understands how bullish this really is. And I'm going to explain that in this video. Hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. If you're not a member in our intelligence system, please check out the sale below, 40% off right now. Hit the link. Let's jump into the news. Let me explain the news. Let's go through this. And then I just want to explain why there are additional layers to this that are making this even bigger than what it first appears. And then I want to look at Bitcoin charts, and I really just kind of want to break down where we are in terms of this cycle, technical indicators, as well as some on-chain data that I want to take a glance at. So announced today, so this is basically Truth Social, announced today that it has entered into subscription agreements with approximately 50 institutional investors, under which the company agreed to issue and sell approximately $1.5 billion in the company's common stock and $1 billion in principal amount of 0% convertible senior secured notes. So this is important context to what's happening here. So they are basically issuing and selling approximately $1.5 billion in the company's common stock. That's massive, and $1 billion in principal amount. Now, the company intends to use the proceeds for the creation of a Bitcoin treasury. The company, and I want to make a note right here, the company, which has a majority owner of Donald Trump, the sitting president. I just want to make that note. One of the largest Bitcoin treasury deals of any public company, the move closes Trump Media's previously announced special acquisition fund, which is one of numerous ways, including through potential mergers and acquisitions, that the company is aiming to expand its reach throughout the America First economy. So check out what the CEO of Trump Media is saying. We view Bitcoin as an apex instrument of financial freedom, and now Trump Media will hold crypto as a crucial part of our assets. Our first acquisition of a crown jewel asset. This investment will help defend our company against harassment and discrimination by financial institutions which plague many Americans and U.S. firms, will create synergies for subscription payments, a utility token, and other planned transactions across Truth Social and Truth Plus. Notice what they said. Notice what he said here, by the way. He said, our first acquisition, meaning more to come. It's a big step forward in the company's plans to evolve into a holding company by acquiring additional profit generating crown jewel assets consistent with America First principles. Check this out as an added highlight. Crypto.com and Anchorage Digital will provide custody for Trump Media's Bitcoin treasury. That just, these are companies that have just been around for a while, right? They're OGs in the space. And just to see these headlines right now, what's happening, I don't know how long you've been in crypto, but it really does. It just blows my mind how far the space has come right now. And the pendulum just started swinging. A year ago, please keep in mind, crypto was very much under attack by an anti-crypto administration, an anti-crypto SEC. We just flipped this thing. This is just flipping in the right direction. This is the very beginning. So the additional layers to this headline is very simple. This headline is not U.S. Bitcoin reserve headline. This is Trump's media company. But let's just make the massive note. Trump is the majority owner in the media company, and Trump is the president of the United States of America. So it's really only a matter of time before we see a very similar headline in terms of the U.S. And this is not anything that's brand new. We've known that Donald Trump has kind of been going in this direction, but now that this is actually being implemented in his media company, is very big and a very big step in the right direction.
Now, let me explain something to you guys, because I want you to understand what this all truly means. The same people who are out here saying that cash is king like Christ is king are also the same people who will fight tooth and nail for crypto. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because these people, they serve a specific master. And that master are the people who behind the investment firms like BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard, State Street, the major investment firms that control all of the money and tell us where the world is headed. These companies, specifically BlackRock, BlackRock just by itself is holding $50 billion in Bitcoin. That's not a recent investment. They've been building up their Bitcoin stock reserve for years. All right. So they're telling us this is where it's going. The Trump administration is telling us this is where it's going. The global economy, all the other nations are telling us with BRICS, this is where it's going. We are becoming a world that will literally be run by crypto. And as soon as crypto ETFs open up and become a thing, all of the investment firms, JP Morgan Chase is already saying that they support, even though they've criticized it, are already saying that they support Bitcoin trading. So on the stock markets, crypto ETFs, the name of the game will now be crypto for Main Street, for institutional investors. So they are going to all begin flooding in. Adidas. I told you guys about brand coins, that companies would be launching brand coins. I believe it's Adidas now. I think it's Adidas or FIFA, one of them, where they're launching their own layer 1 blockchain for their products and services. So it's a brand coin. It's a brand coin. And I told you Apple and all of these other companies would be following suit. Apple will basically wait for all these other companies to do it first, and then they will release their own thing. So they'll wait for Adidas, they'll wait for FIFA, they'll wait for PepsiCo, they'll wait for Coca-Cola, these other companies to establish their own blockchains and observe how they do, and then they'll do it the Apple way. And that's going to be a massive thing, because the goal will be to keep you in the Apple ecosystem forever. And everywhere you go, you'll be using Apple crypto. But if you want to actually enter into this ecosystem, you're going to need to be able to get in and purchase in using crypto in and of itself. One way or another, you're going to be in crypto. And the baby boomers, the naysayers, all of the anti crypto people, they will be rushing in because their investment firms will be telling them, you need to hold these ETFs right now that are filled with crypto. And I've been preaching forever, telling you guys there's one specific coin that everyone should be holding, and people are not listening. And they're going to regret it. There's a bunch of different coins that are extremely important, but there's one coin that everyone should have in their portfolio right now. And if you don't do it, I guarantee you, you're going to regret it 100%, because we are not living in an era, we're not living in an age anymore where you can mess around. All right? Hard times are here.
Let me ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
US for and by the way, that's the next layer, the US. And then beyond that are the other layers. The global race, other governments racing the US to get in this. We have something just happening right now. And this is something that we can analyze all day, and we will, because I want to be here to anticipate every single scenario. But everything is changing. This entire Bitcoin chart is changing. Altcoin charts are changing. Everything, the altcoin cycles even. I did an altcoin video yesterday talking about altcoin bull market that I still think is in play. I don't think it's game over for crypto, everything other than Bitcoin. But everything is changing. And these headlines and what's happening, I mean, Trump media, buying Bitcoin, having a reserve, plays right into that. Institutions on board right now plays right into how things are changing. What I wanted to do is start on the price chart for Bitcoin, and then I want to look at just a few different on-chain metrics, because that gives us a very nice glimpse of what and how things are changing. But what I wanted to make a note of right now was kind of just this RSI. It's just something on my radar. Right now, if the opposite was happening, that is bullish divergence, I'd be doing a video on it. I do want to mention right now we do have some kind of bearish divergence, meaning if you look at price, we have swing high, higher high. Now we do have a higher high, and just check out the momentum oscillator on Bitcoin. There's some bearish divergence right there. That's something that needs to be on our radar. Like, let's keep an eye out on that. And that's not to say that we're entering a bear market, especially because look how low that this RSI resets.
You see, guys, what's happening here is the market's actually corrected a few months ago. We actually saw Bitcoin go down to under $80,000. I think went as low as like 73, 75. I forget the number, but it went under $80,000. That was the market correction from its high of over 100K, and now it's sitting at around 110,000 after hitting a new time high. What is ultimately going to happen is that Bitcoin has already made its millionaires and billionaires, but it's going to basically become the new form of money. And as people observe this and new crypto ETFs come along, everyone is going to be jumping into established coins that have been around for a long time. And because these people have no knowledge of how crypto works, they have no real knowledge of the crypto industry, they're basically just going to be listening to idiots who have been trading stocks but not trading crypto. And that's where our opportunity comes in, because the boomers, if there's one thing we know about the boomers, it's that they're greedy. They want all of the toys for themselves. So they're going to want all of the crypto for themselves. And they're going to go to great lengths to buy it all up through these crypto ETFs, because now they're going to be able to buy crypto buy crypto like stocks right on the stock markets, and that's going to result in the largest transfer of cash, the largest transfer of wealth in the history of the world occurring. So this is your chance to not just get rich, but to secure your future, to have a chance at surviving and thriving while others are struggling to survive, to be ahead of the game when the ATM stop working and the banks chain up the doors. And many of you are going to end up in tent city, jail, prison, tent city. But for those of you that are listening and want to actually survive and thrive, you can do that with just investing a couple of dollars right now. Everyone should be investing even a few dollars. Even if you only have $5 to invest, you should be investing in crypto. All right. That just means that you have to be more direct and focused on the investments that you make, and understand that it's going to take a bit longer for maturation so that you can take profit. But it's not about short-term gains, it's about long-term profits. There's so many people who invested $10 in crypto, and now they're sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. There was a person who invested something like $57 into I forget the name of this coin. Was it Shiba Inu? It was one of them. Like when was this? It was like 4 or 5 years ago. And now that investment is literally worth something like around between 30 and $50 million. And this is not a game. You guys have to stop fooling around. You have to get serious. I've heard from people who said that they were crypto critics, and then one day they just basically jumped it as quickly as they possibly could. They said forget it. They were the people that were coming to my channel. They admitted it. They were the people that were coming to my channel. They were attacking crypto. They were talking a lot of crap, and then they just decided to pull the trigger one day. And they're so glad that they did, and now they wish that they had invested sooner. But they're the people that prevented a lot of people from investing. And what's wrong with people who are simps is that a lot of you are going to say, "Angry, I didn't know any better. I wasn't in same exact garbage." When you go out simping for girls and you end up screwing up your life and screwing up the lives of other people, you then turn around and say, "Angry, I didn't know any better. I wasn't in control of myself." If you're not in control of yourself, then that means that you do not have agency. And if you don't have agency, that means that you need to basically be under lock and key, and someone else needs to be in control of you. And I'm just being very honest with you, because a lot of you are playing stupid games. You're going to win stupid prizes. Don't come to me, even though you will, when everything goes to hell and you're talking crap and like, "Angry, I didn't know what I was doing. I could not listen because I had no control of myself. I'm not going to repent for what I've done." I don't really care if you repent. Go to Tent City. It is from the streets that you came, it's to the streets that you shall return. All right, go hang out in Tyrone Tent City. You better behave yourself in Tyrone Tent City, because Tyrone is the king of Tent City, and he's not going to play around with you. He's not playing with you. He's going to rule Tent City with an iron fist. When he's hungry, he's going to eat. When he's thirsty, he's going to drink. When he wants some loving, he's going to get some loving. All right, because Tyrone is the king of Tent City. He's not putting up with your shit today. All right. And you brought this onto yourself, little bro. You brought this onto yourself. And I have no empathy, no sympathy. But let me tell you something, guys. A lot of these people, a lot of these good for nothing crash outs, that's what I'm calling them. Crash outs that are spouting garbage about crypto. A lot of them are secretly entering into the crypto space. A lot of them have crypto set up. A lot of them went into crypto, lost money in crypto, but they still have crypto investments. They still have some crap coins sitting around. And when everything skyrockets, they're gonna go back to those wallets that they have there. They're like, "Holy cow. I'm sitting on $1.2 million. Oh my gosh. That's $5 million. That's 5.3. That's $5.3 million. Hallelujah. And then they're gonna go out there and act like they're crypto geniuses, and like everyone's like, "How did you get into crypto?" And honestly, would you believe I was a skeptic? But I made some very careful investments. And little bro, you didn't make any careful investments. All right, you bought some coins previously. You were terrible at selling. You were trying to do a whole pump and dump thing, and you got screwed. But you forgot that you had some, a stash of coins from this specific crypto project that you just completely forgot about for like last 5 or 10 years. And you got lucky, you discovered that you still had those coins, and now you're a crypto millionaire, and you were a crypto skeptic forever. And now you're acting like, you're like, you need to, like, people should really listen to you and respect you. No, little bro, you're a scumbag, little bro. You're a scumbag. But guys, don't be like the scumbags. Trump is rushing now to establish his own Bitcoin treasury. Okay. And every company is going to be following suit right now. Apple will be establishing their own treasury. Google will be establishing their own treasury. Honestly, Apple, they're going to be trying to stockpile their own crypto, create their own crypto, and try and stockpile that. Every company will be establishing their own strategic crypto reserve. All right. Every person should have their own strategic crypto reserve. I have my own strategic crypto reserve. Most of my savings, my life savings, is not in the bank. My life savings is in crypto right now. The entirety of my life savings. I've got money in the bank. I've got money at home, but the entirety of my life savings is in crypto. It's all in crypto. All right. Let's see who's going to be laughing 5 to 10 years from now. Okay. And some of y'all won't even be with us anymore. When I say be with us, I don't mean that you won't be on this earth. I mean, you'll probably be over in El Salvador, because a lot of y'all are going to get shipped over to El Salvador because maybe you don't behave yourselves, or, something gets lost in the mail, and they send you over to El Salvador, and you're going to have to go over there and learn some skill sets and chill in El Salvadorian prison because they don't want you here. All right. America's becoming a very ruthless place, and I wish you well. I wish you well. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about everything we've discussed. We'll discuss it further in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.